Hey, it's August. That means football is right around the corner. Atlanta Falcons in Flowery Branch during training camp, making sure that they are ready to go because we want to win this season. And our winning reporter, Maria Martin, is in Flowery Branch talking to the team about how they're going to make those W's. Maria, thank you so much for joining us. We know we have a new front office. We have some new people on the field. People are really keyed in to see how this dynamic is going to be. You've been up covering training camp, and now we know that they will have their preseason game coming up, I believe, next Friday. What is the feeling like today up in Flowery Branch?
Well, Faith, the feeling is a little bit different considering this is the first afternoon practice that we've had up here in Flowery Branch. We just got done talking to Kevin Stefanski. He said they're not going to be in pads today because per NFL rules, at this point in training camp, you can't go back-to-back in pads. So they're going to be in shells today, so it will look a little bit different. However, this will be the longest practice of training camp so far. They're going to work on 2-minute drills at the end of practice, something that the Falcons struggled heavily with last year. So it's going to be interesting to see when we get out there in a little bit less than 20 minutes whether or not all 4 quarterbacks are going to be practicing and what it's going to be like to see newly signed and newly extended running back Bijan Robinson out there for the first time since training camp started.
Bijan, so tell us, what do we know about this deal?
Well, it's a great day to be a running back in the NFL because Bijan Robinson single-handedly reset the market. It's a historic deal, Faith. It's worth up to $75 million. It's a 3-year extension, $51 million in guaranteed money. He's going to be making a little bit north of $22 million per year. It's never been done in the history of the National Football League, and Bijan's very deserving. He led the NFL in scrimmage yards last year, and this is only his 4th season in the NFL. He's entering his 4th year. He was drafted 8th overall in 2023, and he's really a do-it-all running back. Not to mention, he's the face of the Atlanta Falcons franchise. This is a deal that both his agent and the Atlanta Falcons' new front office has been working on for a long time, and now it is finally pinned to paper. We're going to see him hopefully out there today. Kevin Stefanski said that, hey, you know how I feel about Bijan Robinson. I've said it many times, but I asked him, what makes Bijan Robinson so special, or when did you exactly notice that Bijan Robinson's a little bit different than some of the other running backs out there? He said when he was getting ready to take the Atlanta Falcons job, he was going through all of the tape, offense, defense, and special teams. And just about the second play that he watched, he saw Bijan Robinson make a cut and go 50-plus yards for a touchdown. He said that was the moment, and it didn't take him pretty long to understand that Bijan Robinson is different. Now, when you get to know Bijan Robinson off the football field, you hear it all the time. He's a good guy. He's great to be around. Well, he is. This is how Bijan Robinson is, and I don't think a contract of this magnitude will change him in any way, but it does really reset the conversation around running backs in the National Football League, and Bijan did it all on his own. So now the Falcons have their core pieces in place. This was one of 4 offensive extensions that this new front office, both Matt Ryan and Ian Cunningham, have accomplished in the offseason. So it's been really exciting to see all of this unfold here in the offseason. They just need a quarterback.
Yeah, it's history in the making, and we're witnessing it right here in our hometown. Maria, how does this impact running back deals going forward? Will this have an impact or any implications for other players?
Yeah, sure. Especially like I was talking about, this resets the markets for running back. And by the way, this front office also did that for offensive guards whenever they extended Matthew Bergeron and gave him the money that he got just over the weekend. Now, Bijan Robinson, he was the first of 2 running backs that we've been looking at when it comes to contract extensions in the National Football League. Jahmyr Gibbs, a name that Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets fans know because he spent some time there. Well, he is also looking for a contract extension now that he sees Bijan Robinson down here in Atlanta get his. He's looking at Detroit and saying, okay, where's my money? So this is now going to be the going rate for premium running backs. And running back's a very interesting position in the National Football League. You know, we all know that NFL stands for not for long, but especially when you're thinking about the running back position, the shelf life of a running back is not very long in the National Football League. So to get a guy like Bijan Robinson, only 24 years old, at the prime of his career, he's just now entering it. I mean, he has so much more to go. I think he's proving that if you have a running back that can do the things that Bijan can do, and remember, he's never been to the playoffs. He has not made the playoffs yet. He's a 2-time Pro Bowler. He's a first-team All-Pro selection. Saquon Barkley, who used to be the highest-paid running back, he has a Super Bowl ring. Bijan Robinson hoping that this is the first step of getting closer and closer to making the playoffs, playing meaningful football here in Atlanta. And again, he's looking around and saying, can we get this quarterback situation figured out? I know this front office wants that more than anybody.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, how cool would it be? Because even Atlanta's hosting a Super Bowl in 2 years. How cool would it be if we won it at home then? We'd love to win it next year as well. Maria, we have talked about Bijan. What else are you looking for today at Flowery Branch? And was I correct that we have a preseason game next Friday?
Yeah, off the top of my head, it sounds right in the calendar. You know, I'm in the midst of training camp, so I don't even know what day it is, but that does sound correct. And one thing that I think is really interesting is Kevin Stefanski did say he's going to play starters in the preseason. Ever since I've been here, I mean, I've been covering this team for 7 seasons now, there have not been starters in preseason games. He said they're going to see playing time in games 1 and 3 because you can't really get ready for football unless you're playing it. Now, does that mean they're going to play all 4 quarters? No, absolutely not. I would anticipate this to be a very limited basis for these veterans, but that does make the preseason games a little bit more exciting for fans and certainly for those of us that cover it and obviously the players as well. The other things that I'm looking for out here, Faith, the defense. We've been talking so much about the offense, and there are question marks on the defensive side of the football. I'll start with who's going to play nickel. Well, Avion Terrell, a rookie, played some snaps at nickel yesterday, which was very interesting, and I am really excited about this 2-minute drill that Kevin Stefanski said they're going to be doing at the end of practice today. I'll be tweeting up a storm of what exactly it looks like because they struggled very heavily in 2-minute last year offensively, so I'm excited to see what that kind of looks like and continuing to monitor these quarterbacks. Tua Tagovailoa, he's on a ramp-up period after the back issues that he's had. Michael Penix Jr., we know that he cannot hit his benchmark for at least another 3 weeks, the next benchmark in his rehab. So he's avoiding all contact right now, but I'll be honest, Mike's looked really good. I'll also be honest, if you don't look good in 7-on-7s as a quarterback at this point in training camp, there is something really wrong. So that is an encouraging sign that he looks great in 7-on-7. So looking at the quarterbacks, looking at the defensive side of the ball, and also seeing if we can see Bijan Robinson out there because he's been holding in since training camp started, and hopefully he'll be out there with a helmet on today.
All right. Well, we will certainly be looking forward to your reports in later editions of 11 Alive News. Maria Martin, live for us in Flowery Branch. Thank you so much, Maria.